Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Lamsey back again with another video, and today concludes the ending of the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup and has been by far the best Women's World Cup to date. Has lived up to a lot of hype and expectation. That is in my opinion anyway, but I want to go over a few things today. As we know, the United States of America have been crowned champions yet again, 2 World Cups in a row, which is absolutely outstanding, and that's sort of what got me thinking. Earlier this morning at around 5-6 a.m. I thought, you know, this team has been outstanding. Like, this group of girls have been phenomenal. And then it sort of goes back into the last 4 years. I know not too many of the players played in the last World Cup, but I think as a whole, the US women's national team is one of the greatest sports teams ever. Now, a lot of people are going to probably go a little bit psycho. Some people are probably going to agree with me on this one, but hear me out for this one. I really want to try and get some facts ahead to you guys. I just think that this team is flying under the radar on a whole scale of, you know, sporting accolades. So here I go. Please don't hate me too much, but let's just jump straight into it. Now guys, when we think of great teams, we're all pretty much gonna, you know, think the same. To be fair, some of these might be a little bit different to you because everyone lives in sort of different areas of the world. So I'm from Australia, but then we also think of the age bracket. So what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read might be different to you because you could be 30, 40 years old. I'm only 21, so things could be a little bit different. But, you know, the ones that come to mind is the All Blacks from, say, 2011 to 2015. I think anyone won't debate that at all. That Richie McCaw team was absolutely insane. Daniel Carter. I could name so many of them because obviously I am half New Zealand myself. But to be fair, that team was insane. They never ever lost at all, really. But then when you also think of all different sort of sports, you got the 98 Bulls, you got the Golden State Warriors, you could even put in there. Then you start to think, does, you know, like the 3-time in a row UEFA Champions League winning team of Real Madrid go into that bracket? Do the 1972 Miami Dolphins jump in there because they had an undefeated season? But then when you think of undefeated seasons, could you think of the Invincibles? You can think of quite a number of different greatest teams of all time. And then, you know, I think as a whole, like over a long period of time, like I said with the All Blacks, then I think of, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United over those crazy years where Wayne Rooney, David Beckham, Michael Carrick, you know, Owen Hargreaves. I could go off. Cristiano Ronaldo, I could go on for ages, guys. So Rio Ferdinand, I just see what I mean. I can go on forever with these. So those teams, I don't think not many people would, you know, debate me on that. Now, a lot of people might debate me on the fact where I think over a large amount of time, you know, in comparison to the Man United team, I think the US women's national team should be in that category now because, you know, when you think of a successful team, you think of, the first thing you probably think of is maybe team chemistry. Now, luckily enough, in 2019 that we live in at the moment, we are so lucky to see everything behind the scenes because we've got access to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that sort of stuff, YouTube, all the behind the scenes stuff that not many people would have got to see, you know, 10, 20 years ago. And we can all see the team chemistry is there, no shadow of a doubt. Then when you got team chemistry, you work together, right? So you work as a team, you work as a whole. Then you start to think, all right, you've got good players. You know, if you've got good players, then you're a good team, right? But then what makes that step from a good to a great team is winning and accolades and competing at a high level all the time. Now, I cannot remember the last time America lost a game. I think it was maybe 1.5 years ago, maybe 2. I don't even think it was a competitive game. But then, like what I said, accolades, trophies. They've won the World Cup twice in a row now. They won it in 2015 and they've gone ahead and done it now. I know that the team is not the same. There is, I think, 4 or 5 players that are still in the 2019 team that were in 2015 team. But to be fair, as a whole, you've got to fill the gaps in these situations, you know. Like, a good team can be a good team for a year and then fall off the face of the earth. But what makes a great team is being able to fill those gaps when you're in trouble. So, like, when players retire, in this case, because obviously we are speaking in a national team purpose. So, if players retire or you know, have a really bad injury, then you've got to fill those gaps. And it's really hard to fill those gaps because you just can't go out and buy players like in the Premier League and in the La Liga and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, you can't go into the free agency and buy a player from England. You know, you can't do that, but you've got to be born in America or you've got to have a citizenship. That's the thing here. I believe, you know, with the accolades and winning the trophies, they've been able to do that time and time again. They play games at such a high level. They make other teams look like shit. Look at what happened at the start of the World Cup this year. Oh my God, 13-0 against Thailand. I know, you know, it is a little bit sad to put Thailand on a pedestal like that and, you know, saying they're not a great team, but how did they get there? They got there for a reason. They managed to get through the qualifiers. They made it for a reason. They're a good team. Anyways, guys, moving back on what I was talking about before, what turns a good team into a great team. Obviously, we've got the team chemistry and we've got the accolades and, you know, playing at a high level and winning the trophies. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is obviously the inspiration. Now, I think that the US women's national team is the biggest team in, you know, women's football, and, you know, it's like the Barcelona and the Real Madrid in the men's side of things. I think these girls are phenomenal to bringing hope and, you know, inspiring young, especially young girl athletes, you know, to become, you know, a professional footballer or whatever it is. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about, you know, girls not getting the equal opportunities and all that sort of stuff, and I know I don't really want to go into it too much, but I know for a fact that the last World Cup with the Matildas, there were a few of them that had to hold down other jobs to live, which was really poor because, you know, they train day in, day out, and then they have to go to work again. It's crap. But now that there is a lot of money now pumped into women's football, it's getting bigger, it's becoming on a more global sort of thing. I think it's huge, and they're inspiring a lot of both young boys and girls to play football and to live out their dreams and not have to worry about anything else. So I think that's huge, and I really believe that, you know, inspiring, you know, the world, especially young athletes, to become what they want to do is absolutely huge. Now guys, the player performances is the last thing that I want to discuss, and obviously the Golden Boot was shared by 3 players: Ellen White, Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan. A lot of people can debate Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe because Rapinoe scored a lot of goals from the spot. Alex Morgan scored 5 goals in one game against Thailand, so it's a bit iffy, a bit like that. But to be fair, Megan Rapinoe, you got to score the pens, and she did miss a game in the semi-finals, so she could have played some extra minutes, but they decided not to because she had a bit of a niggle, so she missed that semi-final. Then Alex Morgan, I know that she scored 5 goals against Thailand, but she also got rested the game after, and then she got brought off in the next game after that at half-time, so she could have played a lot more minutes than a lot of people, you know, that did get. So to be fair, they could have scored a lot more goals, could have been almost in the double digits column, but it didn't. But it's obviously shared from the Golden Boot. Speaking about Megan Rapinoe, she did win the Adidas Golden Ball Award. If you don't know what that is the player of the tournament. So she had a great tournament. It was a really slow start, to be fair, but as the tournament progressed, she got really well. I know, like I did say, she did miss the semi-final, but she was so instrumental, you know, leading up to that point, and then obviously scored a goal in the final as well. So a great effort there as well. And also Rose Lavelle won the Adidas Bronze Ball Award as well, which means she came 3rd in the player of the tournament. So to be fair, America did really well for, you know, the individual trophies. You know, shared the Golden Boot between 3 players, which 2 of them were American, and then also you've got 2 of the 3 player of the tournaments which were American as well. So a fantastic achievement there. I don't know what the team of the tournament actually looks like, but I'm sure 4 or 5 of them will be in that. But I really believe that this team is one of the greatest teams in, you know, sport. I know this probably pisses off a few people for me saying this because it's only at one stage of the year, but they don't lose very often. Like I said, I can't remember the last time they lost. They absolutely smashed it out of the park. They, you know, like even just the fact of that they scored inside 20 minutes every game except for the final was crazy. They never, you know, they were never in deficit. You know, it was just a crazy performance. They knew what they were doing the whole time around, and they did an amazing job. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If you believe me, whether this team should go down as one of the greatest teams in sports history. If not, let me know. I just would love to hear what you guys think, because I just thought of this. You never know. But nonetheless, guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like. Please do subscribe, and I shall see you legends on the next video. Peace out.